Thank you so much, Amanda. With that, I would like to call this meeting of the Assembly Committee on Natural Resources to order. Madam Secretary, would you please call the roll?
Assemblywoman Anderson.
Present.
Assemblywoman Black.
Here.
Assemblywoman Brown May.
Here.
Assemblywoman Carlton.
Here.
Assemblywoman Cohen.
Here.
Assemblyman Ellison.
Present.
Assemblywoman Gonzalez.
Here.
Assemblywoman Hanson.
Here.
Assemblywoman Martinez.
Present.
Assemblywoman Titus.
Here.
Assemblyman Wheeler.
Here.
Chair Watts.
Here. Thank you. We have all members present. We have a quorum. Today, we just have a work session on the agenda. We have 3 bills on it today. Before we start, I'll do some very quick housekeeping announcements. Members of the public may participate in our meetings in a variety of ways. Information on how to participate can be found on every committee meeting agenda, as well as on the legislature's website. You can access the help page in a header at the top of every page on that website. Since we're really just focusing on work session today, I'll just reiterate that all exhibits can be found on the Nevada Legislature's website, where you can also sign up for personalized legislative tracking. When we have public comment or testimony, we ask that everyone limit their comments to 2 minutes so that everyone can be heard and we can get to the agenda in a timely manner. And then I will remind members, it's particularly helpful when we're taking motions that you provide your name, as well as the fact that you're making or seconding a motion for the record. So with that, we will move on to our work session. I will remind everyone, this is our first work session. We do not take testimony during the work session. However, we have bill sponsors present and we may call upon them to clarify any questions that might arise. So with that, we will begin our work session on Assembly Bill 31. Mr. Stinisbeck, our policy analyst, will walk us through the work session document. Mr. Stinisbeck, please proceed whenever you are ready.
Thank you, Chair. For the record, Jan Stinisbeck with the Research Division of the LCB. As always, as non-personal staff, I can advocate for or against any measure before this committee. So with that, Assembly Bill 31 was heard in this committee on February 17th. The bill revises provision governing the Nevada Petroleum Products Inspection Act. Specifically, the bill requires the State Board of Agriculture to adopt standards for diesel exhaust fluids, requires the board to adopt standards for certain petroleum heating products, and revises provisions relating to the storage and disposal of these products, and lastly, eliminates certain powers and duties of the state sealer of consumer equitability relating to petroleum products. There was one amendment proposed to the bill by the State Department of Agriculture, and it has 2 changes, proposed 2 changes. First, it makes it unlawful for any person to refuse to permit the state sealer of consumer equitability or the appointees thereof or any member of the Nevada Highway Patrol to perform the duties set forth in Nevada Revised Statute 590.11, and allows by mutual agreement for the waiver of the 24-hour notice period before an outlet or tank which has been sealed to be unsealed for purposes of removal of fuel or other products found to be in violation. And I will note that the proposed amendment, which was also discussed during the hearing, is attached to the work session document as well. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Mr. Stinisbeck, for the overview. Are there any questions from members? All right, hearing none, I'll accept a motion to do pass.
And to do pass, Mr. Chair.
Amend and do pass. Thank you. We've got a motion to amend and do pass from Assemblyman Wheeler. Do I have a second?
Second, Cohen.
Thank you. I've got a second from Vice Chair Cohen. Is there any discussion on the motion? Hearing none, Madam Secretary, will you please conduct a roll call vote?
Assemblywoman Anderson,
Yes.
Assemblywoman Black,
Yes.
Assemblywoman Brown May,
Yes.
Assemblywoman Carlton,
Yes.
Assemblywoman Cohen,
Yes.
Assemblyman Ellison,
Yes.
Assemblywoman Gonzalez,
Yes.
Assemblywoman Hanson,
Yes.
Assemblywoman Martinez,
Yes.
Assemblywoman Titus,
Yes.
Assemblyman Wheeler,
Yes.
Chair Watts.
Yes. Thank you. With that, the motion carries. And given all the interest that you expressed on the topic of diesel exhaust fluid, I will assign the floor statement to Mr. Ellison for this bill. Next, we will go on to Assembly Bill 74. Mr. Stinisbeck?
Thank you, Chair. Again, for the record, Jan Stinsbeck. Assembly Bill 74 was heard in this committee on February 22nd, and the bill requires that the sellers of restricted use pesticides maintain records of the distribution of these pesticides in addition to sales records. Additionally, the sales and distribution records must be maintained in accordance with federal record-keeping requirements for state certification plans. And there were no amendments to this bill. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Mr. Stinisbeck. Are there any questions for members on Assembly Bill 74? Hearing none, I'll accept a motion.
Move to do pass. Cohen.
Thank you.
Second.
I've got a motion to do pass from Vice Chair Cohen. And I think I heard a second. Who is that from?
Second from me, Mr. Wheeler.
Thank you. We've got a second from Mr. Wheeler. Is there any discussion on the motion? Hearing none, Madam Secretary, will you please conduct a roll call vote?
Assemblywoman Anderson,
Yes.
Assemblywoman Black,
Yes.
Assemblywoman Brown May,
Yes.
Assemblywoman Carlton,
Yes.
Assemblywoman Cohen,
Yes.
Assemblyman Ellison,
Yes.
Assemblywoman Gonzalez,
Yes.
Assemblywoman Hanson,
Yes.
Assemblywoman Martinez,
Yes.
Assemblywoman Titus,
Yes.
Assemblyman Wheeler,
Yes.
Chair Watts.
Yes. Thank you. With that, the motion carries, and I will assign the floor statement to Assemblywoman Anderson. The last bill on our work session today is Assembly Bill 75. Mr. Stinisbeck, will you please lead us through the work session document for this bill?
Thank you, Chair. Assembly Bill 75 was heard in this committee on February 15. The bill requires the State Seal of Consumer Equitability to adopt regulations establishing field reference standards and transfer standards. And the bill also creates a rebuttable presumption concerning the presence of a field reference standard and makes various technical changes concerning weights and measures. There's one amendment to the bill that was proposed by this committee and basically makes one change and removes the reference of 2020 edition from section 4 of the bill and replaces it with as adopted by reference by the state sealer of consumer equitability. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Mr. Stinisbeck, and thank you, Assemblywoman Titus, for helping us find that adjustment during the hearing. Are there any questions from members on Assembly Bill 75?
Just a comment, Mr. Chair.
Go ahead.
again, thank you to the department for making that adjustment, and for those members who have been around a while, we frequently will spend time fixing bills that we pass, not recognizing the impact in the future. So I appreciate the department recognizing that maybe just a simple word change and we don't have to see this bill next time around. So thank you for making a better bill. Thank you, sir.
Thank you for that. And yes, thanks to the agency as well for making that adjustment. Any other discussion on this bill? All right, hearing none, I'll accept a motion.
I'll move to pass as amended.
Thank you. I have a motion to amend and do pass from Assemblywoman Titus. Do I have a second?
Second from Cohen.
I have a second from Vice Chair Cohen. Thank you. Is there any discussion on the motion? Hearing none, Madam Secretary, will you please conduct the roll call vote?
Assemblywoman Anderson,
Yes.
Assemblywoman Black,
Yes.
Assemblywoman Brown May,
Yes.
Assemblywoman Carlton,
Yes.
Assemblywoman Cohen,
Yes.
Assemblyman Ellison,
Yes.
Assemblywoman Gonzalez,
Yes.
Assemblywoman Hanson,
Yes.
Assemblywoman Martinez,
Yes.
Assemblywoman Titus,
Yes.
Assemblyman Wheeler,
Yes.
Chair Watts.
Yes. Thank you. The motion carries. And I'll assign the floor statement for this to Assemblywoman Titus. Thank you. That concludes our work session agenda, and we will now move on to the final item for the day, which is public comment. As a reminder, to provide public comment by phone, you must register online on the legislative website. Information is also available on our committee agendas for how to register. You will receive instructions for how to join our meeting. Please remember to clearly state and spell your name and limit your comments to 2 minutes. And with that, I'll ask the staff in Broadcast and Production Services to please see if we have any callers in the queue.
Chair, we are experiencing a momentary difficulty. We should be on momentarily.
Thank you for the update. We'll wait.
Chair, can you hear me?
Yes.
I apologize, Chair. The public line is open and working, but there are no callers at this time.
All right. Thank you for that. With that, that concludes our agenda for today. Thank you all members for helping us go through it smoothly. Hopefully we can continue to do the same. Our next meeting will be Monday, March 8th at 4 p.m. And with that, this meeting is adjourned.